Have you ever witnessed a real plane crash? If you have, then every time you step onto an aircraft probably feels like a psychological ordeal. And if you've never seen one in person, take a look at these terrifying aircraft accident moments captured on camera. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to support the channel. Let's begin. During lap 3 of 6 in the 2022 Jet Gold Race, two aircraft were flying over the Reno mountain range when one suddenly dropped in altitude and crashed into the ground. The aircraft immediately burst into flames, turning into a massive fireball. The pilot was killed at the scene. On August 22, 2015, a Hawker Hunter T-7 jet crashed onto a road and struck several vehicles during an airshow near Shoreham Airport in West Sussex, England. The crash killed 11 people and injured 16 others. 4 were hospitalized, including the pilot, who was in critical condition. During the Wings Over Dallas World War II reenactment airshow at Dallas Executive Airport, a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress bomber collided with a Bell P-63 King Cobra fighter. All 6 people aboard the 2 aircraft were killed.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God!
Did he hit the plane? That other plane hit him?
Yes!
Holy shit! Oh my God! Oh God.
A dramatic helicopter crash was captured on camera in Afghanistan. Remarkably, no one on the ground was killed, and both pilots survived.
Holy fuck.
Get them now! Move!
A mid-air collision occurred between 2 aircraft performing an aerobatic display along the coast of Alba Adriatica, Italy. One aircraft, a Vans RV-8, lost a wing and crashed into the sea, killing the pilot. The pilot of the other aircraft attempted an emergency landing on the beach. The plane flipped over, but the pilot survived.
What? No!
In this incident, a Boeing B-17G Flying Fortress bomber and a Bell P-63F King Cobra fighter collided mid-air during a formation pass at the Wings Over Dallas Airshow at Dallas Executive Airport, Texas. All 5 people aboard the B-17 and the pilot of the P-63 were killed.
Are you serious, bro? This shit really just happened.
You think it's the 10th Mountain Division?
GoPro, start recording. GoPro, start recording.
Oh, that one just crashed.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, it just crashed.
The incident killed the pilot and 10 people on the ground and injured 69 others, including 16 who were seriously hurt.
Oh my God, there's
A A police helicopter from Little Rock, Arkansas had just undergone maintenance, but there may have been a technical error during the reassembly. At another air show, two Zeline Z526 aircraft were performing aerobatic maneuvers when they collided mid-air. Both pilots were killed in the crash, and both aircraft were completely destroyed. This helicopter was flying in snowy conditions, which may have prevented the pilot from seeing a power cable ahead. The crash killed the two people on board. About 15 minutes after takeoff, this aircraft suffered an engine problem and was forced to attempt an emergency landing on a highway. However, the road was too crowded with vehicles, so the trainee pilot and the instructor chose a nearby open field to land instead.
Call 911. Yeah.
This biplane crashed in Nanaimo, Canada during the Wings and Wheels air show. A loop maneuver went wrong, and the aircraft fell into the grass beside the runway. The pilot was seriously injured. This pilot was attempting to perform spectacular maneuvers for the crowd at an air show, unaware that disaster was about to strike. The Spitfire 19 PS 890, owned by a French private collector, suffered an incident during takeoff on June 11th at an air show in northern France. Another incident occurred again during an air show. A T-27 Tucano was performing an aerobatic maneuver when a serious malfunction occurred, causing the aircraft to crash and explode into a fireball. In this incident, a home-built P-51A Mustang collided with the tail of a North American P-51D Mustang while landing at the EAA AirVenture Oshkosh Air Show. The crash resulted in the death of the P-51A pilot.
Ground.
In this incident, a Ukrainian Air Force Sukhoi Su-27 crashed during a low-altitude aerobatic maneuver. Pilot Volodymyr Toponar lost control of the aircraft, which plunged into the crowd before bursting into flames. The disaster killed 77 people and injured more than 500, making it one of the deadliest airshow accidents in history. This aircraft was performing a vertical spin maneuver when something went wrong. The plane struck a car and crashed into a field. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured in the incident. Another incident involving an aerobatic aircraft followed, but this time, the pilot was not as fortunate as in the previous case. He was killed in the crash.
Na ocasião, 12 pessoas morreram. Isto aconteceu em maio de 1997 e depois da tragédia, o aeroclube nunca mais tinha...
A MiG-29 had its wing sliced in half by the wing of another MiG-29. Both pilots ejected and landed safely with minor injuries. Fortunately, neither aircraft crashed into a populated area. The cause was determined to be pilot error.
So that's $40,000 US from the firewall back. They do two types of aircraft, the Superstar, which is this one here, and the Highlander. They look both the same, except, oh my God.
Oh!
Fuck!
Oops, folks, something's gone wrong.
Dwa fesy prawy i lewy wykonają pętlę pełną, a Lech Marchalewski jako prowadzący przetnie trajektorię ich lotu. Proszę zobaczyć! Matko Boska! Matko Boska, co się stało? Chryste Panie, nie mogę tego przeżyć!
Two pilots were killed after a mid-air collision during an aerobatic display at an air show in Radom, Poland. The crash occurred when a three-aircraft formation split apart and then attempted to regroup, causing two planes from the Zalazny display team to collide. During an aerobatic display in Wanaka, New Zealand, this de Havilland chipmunk crashed into the ground, killing the pilot. The cause was believed to be a misjudgment of altitude or confusion about the aircraft's height above the ground before starting the maneuver.
When it swooped over Lake Ontario, then belly flopped into the water. That plane sank almost immediately, and all seven...
This British aerospace Nimrod crashed during a demonstration at the Canadian International Air Show in Toronto. All 7 crew members were killed. Low speed and high G-forces caused the aircraft to stall, and there was not enough altitude to recover before it crashed into the water. Investigators concluded that the captain misjudged the maneuver.
Immediately, and all 7 crew...
Year after year, there are accidents that all have a chilling similarity.
This Supermarine Spitfire loop went terribly wrong after the pilot misjudged its altitude. The wing of this RANS S9 Chaos broke off while the aircraft was performing at an air show in Argentina. Moments later, the pilot activated the whole aircraft parachute system. In this incident, two small aircraft collided mid-air during a demonstration. Both crashed to the ground, killing the pilots. This de Havilland DHC-5D Buffalo cargo aircraft crashed during the 1984 Farnborough Air Show. The pilot was demonstrating a STOL landing in strong tailwinds and misjudged the final approach, causing the aircraft to come in too slow and lose control. A possible problem with the right propeller may also have contributed. Fortunately, no one was injured. A Harrier crashed during a demonstration at the Lowestoft Seafront Air Festival. The aircraft suddenly began descending and moving forward. The accident occurred because the pilot failed to switch the nozzle control to the hover stop mode after an unintended nozzle input. This fatal aerobatic maneuver continued for more rotations than planned. No mechanical failure was found, but investigators believe the controls may have been briefly obstructed by an object. The pilot was killed. On July 10, 2005, 3 aircraft were performing a simulated dogfight display at Moose Jaw Airport. During a series of crossing maneuvers, a Waco and a Wolf Sampson collided near the center of the show area. Both biplanes caught fire and crashed. Both pilots were killed, and both aircraft were destroyed. This Su-30 MKI crashed during the Le Bourget Air Show in Paris, France. The aircraft performed too many turns and did not have enough altitude to recover from the maneuver. It struck the ground at the end of the dive, briefly tried to climb again, then crashed and caught fire. Both pilots ejected safely, and no one was injured. August 28, 1988, one of the world's worst airshow disasters occurred at the Ramstein Air Base in Germany. 3 jets from the Italian Air Force display team Frecce Tricolori collided mid-air during the performance. One aircraft crashed into the crowd, while the other 2 fell near the runway. The disaster killed 67 spectators and all 3 pilots, and injured hundreds more. At the Point Mugu Air Show, this F-4 crashed while performing alongside 2 F-18s, 2 F-14s, and another F-4 in front of more than 25,000 spectators. After the engines suddenly failed, the aircraft lost control and crashed. Both the pilot and the radar intercept officer were killed. One crew member attempted to eject, but the altitude was too low for the parachute to deploy.
Last plane that
2 aerobatic aircraft crashed into the sea during an Aero GP event over Malta. One aircraft began losing altitude and struck the other, breaking its tail with the right wing. One pilot was killed, while the other managed to eject safely. On April 14, 1943, 3 World War II fighter aircraft of the Royal Australian Air Force were performing a low-altitude photo flight. When the middle aircraft climbed, its tail struck the left wing of the aircraft on the right. Both aircraft were damaged, lost control, and crashed, killing their pilots. During an airshow practice at Lethbridge County Airport, an aircraft lost thrust from the right engine while performing a high angle of attack pass about 300 feet above the ground. Unaware of the problem, the pilot applied full afterburner to both throttles. The aircraft immediately yawed and rolled sharply to the right. At about 150 feet above the ground and nearly 90 degrees of bank, the pilot ejected and was injured during the parachute landing. The most serious accident at Sheremetyevo Airport in Moscow occurred on May 5, 2019. Aeroflot Flight Su-1492, a Sukhoi Superjet 100, caught fire during an emergency landing, killing 41 people. Investigators concluded that a lightning strike and a high-speed landing by the pilot led to a hard impact that caused the fire. After watching these aircraft incidents, I can't help but feel a little uneasy about flying. What about you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video.